I was today's years old when I realized I do not have to shout because a mic is attached to my body. Like it's attached to me. Hi, you guys. Oh my gosh, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. First of all, welcome to this new setup. I hope y'all like it because I'm gonna rock with this for a little bit, especially while I'm in New York. I'm gonna make use of my mom's fire escape. Why people make use of the fire escape? Why am I the only one out here, like just chilling and vibing? Y'all, if you guys don't have a patio, because I'm patio mommy, I like balconies. How do I just get into it like that? I have so much to share with you guys, but I want to get back into that. I'm a patio mommy, okay? So I like me a little. Let me come out. I must have been a princess in my past life because I be living on some fairy tale shit. Like, let me come out and get a whiff of this fresh air. Make use of the fire escapes, especially if you don't have the ability to go outside and get a lot of fresh air. At least you have a fire escape. Treat it like a balcony until you get the real one. Period. But yeah, that was a word for somebody. How you guys feeling? How you guys feeling? Yeah, like I was saying with the new setup, it's it's a breath of fresh air for me, honestly, because I really my environment matters the most. You know, life update real quick. Your girl's just really getting into it. Like I'm really just building right now. I already know how it felt like to be a single woman living on her own, paying her fucking rent. You know that story. Now I'm experiencing the story with me doing exactly what I said I would do, regardless of how hard it is to get there, no matter the challenge, which is what we're gonna get into today, because the topic it's been something that's been coming a lot. Like it's been coming to me, and I was like, I have to talk about this. If you already peeped the title, what is it like to be bitter? What is the bitterness experience? What is the how does it feel? You know, especially for those who don't know what bitterness feels like. I know some of us as projectors in human design, we definitely know what bitterness feels like, especially when you're operating as not self. Yeah, I'll talk about it. We're just gonna dive right into it, y'all. I'm pretty sure I'll circle back to whatever I had originally was talking about in the beginning. But we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about the fact that how not to beat ourselves up about it, because there be times when I have personally felt bitterness. I felt bitter but a lot of stuff, you know. And I feel like that bitterness feeling was more so to direct me to understand this is something that means a lot to me. So instead of me looking at it like it's bitterness, it's more like awareness of something that matters to me. Because why would I feel bitter about it if it didn't matter? That's something I picked up on recently. Back then, I didn't know that shit. So I used to beat myself up about feeling bitter. I would feel bitter about being so long in this YouTube game and not getting where I deemed I need to be. I've been bitter about that. I've been bitter about not being supported. I've been bitter about a lot of shit. Like it's been a lot. And I overcame that bitterness, right? With deep psychological, because it's hella psych, and spiritual embodiment, intuitive movement forms. I just been clearing it out, and it's been a journey. So I'm finally ready to just talk about it. Let's talk about it. I have my list, my good old list, and it might be needing a list, especially if you do what I do. Especially if you're like, I don't know what to call myself. I don't think I'm a content creator. I don't give myself labels. I do too much. I'm about to be writing like scripts and stuff. Like I'm more than an astrologer. So I don't know. I'm just me. I'm Shandy. I'm Shandy. Love. Miss Love. Before I go into all of what it feels like, my personal experience with bitterness, I feel like I'm going way ahead of myself. I'm a backtrack because I made a whole list here and I skipped the whole thing and I got to the meat of it. So update on how my studies is going. And that's something that I really wanted to talk about. Make sure that I say in every one of my videos, like probably every few of them, like human design is an experimentation. Like that's how I view it. And I feel like it's here for a reason. I really don't believe in coincidences. So regardless of how it was founded, it's such a great experimentation, especially because it's backed by even the astrology. If you are deep into HD and you're also like you're familiar with astrology, you could tell that they kind of coincide in a bit, especially if you go into your gates and you realize the gates is connected to certain signs and you put two and two together. This is for I don't want to do ranking and shit or levels, but it is in a way like there's people who don't know what the hell human design is. Some of them is opposed to it, which is okay, and some of them they want to learn but they just don't know where to start. But I understand because it is a lot. This shit is no joke, and I take it so seriously because I've been proven countless times that this thing is real. Like certain shit would happen and I'm able to back it up by what I studied. So as far as how my experience has been experimenting as a projector, non-energy type who has to wait for the invitation and sole purpose in life is to shock others into awakening and also shock myself, and to accept that people are just going to project on me because it's just my aura, it's just who I am, it's just how it's my embodiment, is what it's the reoccurring theme that I have created in this lifetime. Okay, it's like it develops this understanding. So like if you are in any of the categories, it's okay to be where you are. If you want to know more, take your time and gradually know more. I will happily share a video on how I even started my studies and like just the process that I have took to even get to where I am, where I know a bit of something about something. I would gladly share that if you guys would like that. So comment down in the comment section and let me know if you would like for me to make a video showing my process or just sharing it. Because I think that would be helpful. I'm taking my time with it, and while I'm taking my time with it, I don't sit down and read about the science behind it or like look into human design by just reading what it's about and learning it through the words. I stop and take breaks and then I go out there and I just go and live my life. And as my life is happening, I am I'm like, I have the awareness. So like, cause I read about it, I'm pointing it out right now. This is what I'm trying to tell y'all. And I know that there's some people who have experienced the same. So if you are, let me know. My apologies for all this smoke. Since I'm outside, I had to burn some incense because the mosquitoes were biting my ass. But I was like, I have to make this video. It's been a while since I did the last video. So I was like, nah, I had to make this video. anyways. Long story short, I just want this to I want to share with you guys that this is indeed an experiment, and just to see, it doesn't hurt to see. So I do astrology readings, I do birth chart readings. If you're into that jam, you can always reach out to me. Look into my bio for more information on how to do that. But also, we can also talk about HD because I integrate it in some kind of way and form. Although I'm heavily like such a geek about astrology, I'm just sharing that this will be also like it'll be included into things that we could come together and learn. Just take your time where you are. Right now, I am studying the gates. I am also looking into determination. I'm like down there, like motivation and learning that I'm a hope motivation. I'm a hope motivation, which means that if I want something to happen, I'm more passive about it. So it's like on some more having faith. Like, yes, I'm a very inspired action person. Like, meaning I'm not gonna do something if it's not freaking on my heart to do it. If it's not on my heart to do it, like I'm not going to just do something just because I feel like I need to. Like, there are things that I need to do, but I don't want to do sometimes. But I know that it's connected to something that I want to happen. So that inspires me. It inspires me to do that thing I did not want to do. And all right, circling it back to hope, motivation, I'm supposed to have faith. So anytime I'm caught in like a rut and I'm like, because I feel guilt, because like transference is my transference is guilt. So that means that I'm basically doing things because I feel like, because when I don't have faith, I lack the faith. I don't trust in myself. I feel like I have fear, so I'm acting out of fear more than faith. Like, and these are things that I've observed myself do for a very long time. I was in transference, so I've been learning these things, and I've been awakening more and more and more and more and more to who I am. Like, oh, it's just been happening for me, and as great as an experience it has been, it has also been some fucked up moments where I had to really face my shadows and my ego, and my ego had to surrender, like, to the fact that it's either we gonna do this shit or we out of here, nigga. Like, it's been moments like that, and it hasn't been sweet. So yeah, bitterness doesn't feel sweet. It's not a sweet feeling. Like, it feels like hell. There's nobody on this earth that loves the feeling of bitter or feeling bitter. And I feel like there's a lot of people that would admit that they have ever experienced feeling bitter, because it's so connected to weakness in a way. Like, you feel bitter because you don't think the best of yourself, or they're like, it's considered, but it's a lot of trauma in that. It's a lot of conditioning, a lot of things that we have experienced and thoughts that realities for ourselves, like the thoughts of the realities for ourselves, like we think that this is something that we need to happen, as opposed to something that we want and desire to happen. We're like living in our ego, the not self. I think that's where the bitterness comes in, when we set these intentions, and the intention is not of love. It's more of an ego, a ego trip, an ego boost kind of situation, where you feel like, I want to do this more so because I'll be on top of somebody else, or I'll be on top, period. It's more like power, you know. I feel like for me, I wanted so badly to prove a lot of people wrong. I did, because I knew a lot of people did not believe in me. It was just a knowing. I'm a splenic. I'm gonna say it. I will never deny my intuition. That's a slap in my own face. So, like, if you feel me, you feel me. If you're a splenic, you understand. If you, first of all, noted, if you're a splenic, especially a projector, manifester, you are intuitive as hell, and anything that comes to you is not a lie. It may be an I don't like it may be the fact that you don't know what it is yet, but you will eventually understand as time goes by. I have experienced feeling bitter when I didn't make as much sales as I wanted to in my books, And it's the fact that I love writing, so I'm gonna write more books. It's just that there are times where I just didn't feel like a success. And so interesting, projectors, our signature is success. Anytime you don't feel successful, boom, here comes bitterness. Here comes, and then that bitterness is kind of it's like venomous. It sucks you dry. And then you find yourself in depression. And you find yourself thinking thoughts you shouldn't be thinking. You find yourself visualizing your life in ways that it is not true because you're so stuck in that bitterness. And speaking of being stuck, here are some things that I do to get out of that. Okay. So what I would do is first I'll give myself time. Like, no kidding. I don't care how sucky the feeling may get. I have to feel everything. So I give myself time to feel. I'll feel all the sucky feelings. I'll be deep in my feelings. Okay. Like, that's one thing I do first is I give myself time. Then it's like I wring my own neck. I'm like, oh, my higher self comes through. My higher self like, all right, girl, let's get to stepping because you're not staying here. So then that moment comes, but I still learn to give myself grace because I know that there's gonna be times where I'm a back and forth kind of thing. I'm a back and forth path. Like there'll be moments where I'm having the time of my life, and then I get back into that bitter feeling, like damn, still not where I want to be yet. And I've been doing this for how many fucking years and blah, blah, blah. Like there's gonna be times. So I just give myself grace because shit, yes. Like I'm the one that supports myself basically, especially if I don't have like I have people that I can talk to, right? But I support myself by basically sharing with myself the truth. Because remember back to the fact that when you're deep into this bitterness feeling, sometimes you're just seeing all false shit of the not self. You're just seeing um afflicted image of your reality is not true, you know? It is based off how you're feeling about yourself right now. It's based off on the bruised ego. So I I I just challenge those thoughts, you know? I challenge that vision. I visualize. I do some mirror fucking magic. I do some movement in the mirror. I'll shake my ass a bit. I'll work out. I'll exercise. I'll go back to doing the things that I love doing. I push myself and I remind myself that these things, this film doesn't last. It happened before. It has happened before. It doesn't last. In that remembrance, I'm now like just saying, all right, back to the game. I couldn't keep a real one out. Because most of that bitterness feeling is coming from conditioning. It's coming from a false belief of yourself, a lack of feeling, like self-limiting beliefs and a belief in lack. That is where those feelings are coming from. So when you acknowledge that, and then you be like, okay, I bet it's either I say I'm out the game, basically, I give up on myself, I give up on my life, I stop doing the things that I know is I'm supposed to be doing, and I just say fuck it, I'm gonna just stay in this bitterness feeling. It's either that or I'll take my time, you know, going towards the route that I know I'm meant to go towards. Like I'll take my time choosing different, making different choices now. Like accepting the fact that I felt bitter, accepting the fact that these were once feelings that I had and just not feeling bad about that shit anymore. Moving on and rewiring my subconscious because it's really that part too. There's a lot of conditioning, yo. Something that somebody said to you when you was a young person and it just stayed in your long-term memory. And now it's a part of your vision. It's a part of how you believe about yourself. So sometimes these things we don't even realize where we believe about. We don't realize that we believe, and it's not until these circumstances, until you reach the point of bitterness, like, hey, now let me turn it around for y'all. Let me turn it around for y'all because bitterness, like I said earlier, it helps in a way. It brings awareness, just the same way fear do. Fear brings awareness. All these negative emotions, they're just simply awareness so that we know, okay, we're heading into a route that's not, it's not of ourselves. It's not selves. It's not who we are. It's not where we're supposed to be going. So bored. Start doing different things for different outcomes, different results. And one main thing before I even end this video that has been really helping me is having gratitude. And to be honest, I don't, I tried waking up every morning what I'm grateful for, like, just listing them. I still do, but it doesn't feel authentic to me because I feel like I'm just doing it because I have to, or I feel like I have to. So what I do is throughout the day, I am, the minute I feel any sense of gratitude, I'm being grateful. I'm saying it out loud what I'm grateful for right then and there. And there are times when I just say it mad randomly, and that feels more authentic to me. And it also feels like it's helping. It's helping me move on from the past. So that's one of the main things with bitterness. Bitterness is literally you being stuck on things that happened long time ago, and you're just projecting that into your new path. You're just projecting that into your new reality. And until you release your past and release all those things that occurred, forgive yourself, forgive the people that were a part of it, that's when you can move forward. So I would say if you're ever feeling any bit of bitterness, invite that bitterness for a cup of fucking tea. Please feel free to talk to that bitterness, to journal about it, to dance your way out of it. Move those hips, do the things that you love to do, follow your passions, and pretty sure that bitterness will alleviate. I'm gonna leave you guys off with that. I think last thing I put on my list is what am I doing differently now? Okay. I am just showing up more. I'm showing up more as myself. I mean, I've been doing that, but I feel like now it's more like it's less of a concern of who's watching. So I think I was concerned a lot with who who's on the other side of this, because I'm like aware that right now I'm talking to myself, but I'm not only talking to myself. I'll be talking to you guys once I upload it. So I was so concerned with that. It was such a weird feeling. Doing this is really weird. It's like you had to commit to being vulnerable over and over and over again. And it's just so fucking weird. But I love it because it does clear out some shit for me. I feel like I release as I'm speaking. And I know this is something that is heavy on my heart. This is something I'm supposed to do. So I'm just doing it. I love to do it. I know I'm supposed to do it. So, and I think that's just one thing that like, as for not only projectors, anybody that's watching this, it's the fact that if it's heavy on your heart and it's something that you want to do, just do it. It's not there for no reason. It's never there for just any reason. It's there because you are supposed to do it. The more passionate you feel about it, the more important it is. I'm just saying. Yeah, y'all, if you enjoyed this segment about projectors, human design projectors, and the experience of bitterness, give this video a thumbs up, comment, tell me how you feel about it. Reach out to me. My email works. I'm on Instagram, Shandy Love. And yeah, join the broadcast channel. I have some great things on the way. Love is love.